Boom. There's dog right there. Hi, Joy. Nice to see you.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good.
So who's who here?
This is Adam.
Adam. Hi Adam.
Frank.
And Frank.
And our garage mascot, Peaches.
Oh, cute. I got Milo here, but I just gave him hell and put him under the table, so I hope he's quiet.
Yeah, she wanted to join us.
How old are you guys? How old are you?
I'm 36.
And I'm 32.
Oh, good. Nice.
Yep, so we're youngins.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. So tell us a little about yourself and your fitness story. When did you start training?
Okay, so when I was 70, I take care of my grandsons, or I did, and my youngest one was going off to fire school, and I thought, oh geez, now they're both gone, and I'm gonna have to move out of my house because who's gonna shovel? Who's gonna put the 45-pound water jugs in the water cooler for me? It's just. And Sam said to me, well, have you ever thought of getting stronger? And that was like a pivotal point in my life. It never occurred to me in a million years that I could get stronger. So I said, you think I can? He said, yeah. So he started me on this program with just hand weights, like doing different stuff with hand weights. I started out with 5 pounds, worked up to 10 pounds, worked up to 15 pounds. When I got to 20 pounds, I thought, well, either I'm gonna have to build a gym in my house or find a gym. So my grandson went out and talked to his buddies, and they all sort of agreed that powerlifting was a good thing for me to get into, and that the best gym was metal. So he takes me over there. I walk in the door, and honest to God, it was my place. I knew it instantly. It was, it has that West Side barbell atmosphere. A lot of dirty guys on floors and all this stuff. And I felt so at home. It was unreal. And so the minute the coach interviewed me, I said, yeah, and I want to compete. And I thought, who the hell's talking here? Did I say that? But I did. I wanted to compete. And I don't know why. I've never done a sport like I did square dancing and stuff like that, but I've never done a real sport. So my coach started training me. In 6 months, I went to my first provincial competition, and I got gold.
Oh, wow.
And then I trained some more, went to the Western Canada and got gold. Now I've qualified for nationals, but I'm up the creek because of COVID. But it's I love strength sports. So as a little sideline, I got into grip sport, and my gym is really a strongman gym. Okay. So it's I see people doing this stuff all the time, and we have world class athletes there, like people that hold world records and stuff. And it's always sort of interests me. And then when COVID hit, grip sport was a natural because I could, do stuff at home and do wrist curls with rocks and all kinds of junk,
Absolutely. You don't need a home gym to do grip.
Yeah. And so I really sort of got into that. And then I met a million people. Well, and of course, people are the big thing, right, in our sport. Like it's, even though we compete individually and all this, the atmosphere is the people. So when you don't have a gym, then I had Instagram, and that's where I ran across you guys. But I have fantastic grip connections all over the world, and they teach me stuff. Like before I went into my last competition, I sent John Oka a picture of every grip, the 4 grips we had to do for King Kong Challenge.
Mhm.
And he just went over stuff with me, just wrote out little tips about how to get, do it well. And, it's astounding. It's absolutely astounding how the media, our Instagram, Facebook, stuff like social media is a tremendous support to our sport. So that's,
Absolutely. I think it's where we're learning most everything.
yeah, it's so much fun. And the people are wonderful. Like, who are these people that are in grip sport? It's unreal. I met artists, other writers, philosophers. It's fantastic. So, I'm so happy. I just lucked into it. It's like a miracle.
Yeah,
So it's a whole new life. Like I had one life that didn't really include my body. And now it's like my body took over and it's its turn and it's going like it's unreal. So um I I guess the biggest thing that I learned through all this is that um, our society starts from the time you're born giving you a message that once you reach 40, you're over the hill and it's a descent. But what I learned is that that's not true at all. Like I see it as a series of launchings, like when they launch a multi-stage rocket launch, at every break where the new one goes off, there's the highest risk and the highest expense at each launch. So when you were born, it was a high expense and there was risk involved.
Mhm.
And then the next big episode of your life, whatever it is, if you have children, if you go to school, it always involves money and risk.
Yep.
Well, um, this was a big risk. Like no one was saying, okay, all you 70-year-olds, get out there and get into strength sport. So I took a risk and it costs money. Like our sport, if you have a coach, and I have to have a coach because I know nothing, you know, uh, it really costs money. And a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Well, you absolutely can, because once you get into our sport, you don't have to buy clothes anymore. That's not, I mean, I'm retired, but besides that, like you wear the same kind of stuff all the time. And, food is a big thing. I buy quarter of beefs now. Like I buy the whole quarter and it's down in my freezer. I mean, that's one big thing is protein
Yeah.
and the growth hormone stimulation is freaking unreal. So it's like the whole thing is you just don't need the same things you used to need. Like you don't, but you need to work out, you need the gym,
Yeah.
you need to eat well, uh, and you need the people. Definitely you need the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I say you
So
can't afford to not get into shape and grip form and stuff like that, because you're just going to dissent if you don't. And it'll end
yeah,
up costing you in the long run, whether it be medical expenses or just your life going downhill.
yeah. And you don't, I mean, nobody wants that, right? You don't want to do, like I was out there, like I shovel, I'm, in the middle of snow country, like
Yeah.
big time. So I'm out there shoveling all my snow, my driveway's clean before everybody else. But it's because I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. And that's when I have my greatest amount of energy, because I really am producing growth hormone. Like it's unreal. Like I'm just charged. So I get out there and I shovel everything. I do all my, laundry, everything. I write in the morning. I do everything. So by 9 o'clock, I'm done with all the big work, and I can go to the gym and be tortured or whatever my coach chooses to do with me that day. So it's it's a whole way of life, and it's a wonderful way of life. I love it. Like I just love it. I went back to the gym for the first time in weeks, and oh my God, I was so thankful to be there. It's just so exciting. And I love seeing the kids, they're all there doing their thing. And it's tremendously reinforcing. So uh, it's become a big, big part of my life. And I teach a course about aging and fitness because people really, like, oh, people my age are always being told, um, they're going to get osteoporosis and they should take calcium and all this stuff. And then if you do any research about that at all, you find out that the drug company actually identified the cutoff level for determining what osteoporosis is, the bone density cutoff.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't good enough. So they because they couldn't sell enough drugs for that, they had to lower it to have this pre-stage of osteoporosis.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks they're gonna, collapse into a pile of mush.
Yeah, we have the pre-diabetes
Yeah.
here in the US.
My God, so it's I had a bone density test when I got thrown off a horse, and they told me I had the bones of a 25-year-old. Well, I believe that. I honestly do, because it's amazing how strong you are. And once you strengthen your core, of course, then you don't have to worry about falling so much. Like old people are always say, oh, you got to be careful because you're going to fall, you're going to hurt yourself, yada yada yada. And if the women in particular, especially in my generation, never even heard of a core. Like nobody ever knew that was a part of your body that was absolutely necessary. And you see
Absolutely.
people
I think I've seen a lot
over.
of older men that worked a lot and they have strong arms and those strong legs and they'll think
Yeah.
they're strong, but they don't realize that their core is so important.
Yeah, and that's it causes falls, because if you're not, in Jordan Peterson says the victorious lobster stance, where you flare your shoulders back and stand up. Well, if you're not in that position, you're not in the right angle to the ground, and you will fall. So it's amazing the difference that makes. And it's uh, you know old cultures always knew this stuff. The National Geographic study on blue zones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are the areas throughout the world where there's a huge population of 100 and over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
this project.
Right, and they all they have to walk to markets and stuff like that every day. They're doing a lot of exercise.
Usually live near fishing communities.
Right, and another thing that they all have across the board is a sense of community.
Mm-hmm.
And in our society, where the kids go off to, everybody's taking off, and maybe we have to make our own communities, and that's what strength sport will give you. Is you can find your community there. And I think it's also really important that you do a little pre-studying if you're going to go to a gym, and find one that speaks to you, that you can identify with right away, because you know it when you see it. The colors, the textures of all the stuff lying around, everything it's so aesthetically pleasing. And then the people, it's they're well, especially in mine, where there's really big, strong men, strong women. I mean, we call them strong. We say it's strongman sport, but it's men and women both, and they're magnificent. they're magnificent human beings.
Yeah.
It's breathtaking. So, you know, you go there and you meet them and they treat you. That's another thing. Strength community people are the least sexist and ageist human beings I have ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like they,
We had a gal set a grip record on the flask here at our garage, and she got so many thumbs up from guys in the grip sport and so many likes from that. It was really awesome to see that.
yeah,
They were
it's
more excited by a gal getting a record than I think they were by the guys.
I know, and it's embarrassing because, like, I'm like, I told you and you said something about it. I was 42nd out of 43 in the world at women grip, and you know, oh, everybody's so happy for you, and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I think it probably was a 6-year-old that was below me. That's it, boys, you know. But they don't care. Like everybody's happy and everybody encourages you, and good grief, it's amazing. Of course, I go nuts for them. Like when they compete, I follow them. If you know, and if they compete here, I go to the events and scream and carry on. Like I do my bit.
That's
So
great.
yeah, yeah. So community is really important, and you know, getting stronger is really important. It's really important, and when you get to my age.
Okay, so you talked a lot about the physical benefits of it, so and community a little bit, which is kind of a mental benefit. What other
Oh yeah.
mental benefits have you noticed from getting fit and since you started training since you were in the past few years?
Well, it relieves anxiety. Like I noticed a huge rise in my anxiety when, of course, COVID added to it, right? But
Mm.
not being able to go to the gym and have a consistent workout time, and also not having the goal. Like for me, it was nationals, and I had a focus. And now I don't know whether I'm going to do nationals. I think I may just stick to grip sport. I'm not sure, but it, just having a focus, like a destination that you're trying to get to, that you're working towards, keeps you on track. And it it's I really think that lifting weights helps you with depression and anxiety big time. Like it really does. You know, and maybe it's the growth hormones it produces in your body, but it does something to your chemistry
Yeah.
that, like, I mean, everyone I know goes there for their mental health as well as, I mean, it's great being healthy and fit physically, but it also makes you healthy mentally. And you know, part of what gives you the health is the community and their support, and part of it is whatever chemicals it's producing in your body that does modulate your anxiety and stress. Like a lot of people are ADHD, or you know,
Yeah.
have different anxiety disorders and it doesn't matter because everybody's there to improve themselves.
Absolutely.
And you know, you just respect them for doing that. Like they don't do drugs, and they're not, you know, doing you know, they're not doing anything destructive to their bodies. Like they're really trying to take a healthy route, and they're doing it. So I have to admit that that's a truly wonderful thing.
Yeah, I always found strength training to be a really healthy release from just all the wound up things in people's lives, and somewhere they could all come together and just
Yeah.
put that aside and go after goals and just really, work out and, get rid of stress and mental anxiety and other things that they may
Oh
have.
God, yeah. Yeah, really, it's amazing. I can't believe how helpful it is. And everybody knows that you're there for that as well as getting physically fit. Like we all know that we share that commonality, you know?
Yeah. So, You're good.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll get you sometimes.
Especially
So one of the
yeah.
things you talked about earlier was when you first wanted to start working out, there was risk to it, and obviously you talked a little bit about the money expense. But what risks do you think that you had at first? What were you, a little bit afraid of could happen when you first started working out? Any concerns you may have had?
Well, everybody tells you, oh, you're going to hurt yourself. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Especially with older people. They figure you're it's really for young people. Strength support is a young person thing, but it's not. Um, Another thing is we have been conditioned to interpret pain as something negative, like pain. You hear the word and you see Tylenol ads, Advil ads,
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get over that, that you learn that the reason your legs are hurting is because you really use those muscles. And when you do, they tear and then they rebuild the cells, and it's a growth process. You're building muscle. So it's not a negative thing. It's a sign of success. And then you learn stretches to alleviate the immediate pain, but it's not it's not a negative thing. It's interesting. Now, whenever I go to bed the night after I've been to the gym, I analyze where I'm feeling stuff and what, just it reinforces what muscles you've been working on. So it becomes part of your process of becoming stronger is to learn about your muscles in your body and what's being developed, not just, oh my God, I'm feeling pain. I shouldn't have done that. No, you want to do that. That's a good thing. And you're developing muscle. So that was a real learning experience.
Okay.
Because I've definitely been schooled in the thought that, oh, the minute you feel pain, you should take something.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to do that.
Did you wind up getting injured?
You what?
Have you been injured in the past few years? Did you wind up getting any injuries?
I was a couple of years ago, I was turning the soil in my garden and I hurt my rotator cuff, which was a real pain in the ass because it affected my gym.
Now, was the gym able to help you with that injury? Help you overcome?
Oh, yes.
Right.
And we worked around it, and I went to a physiotherapist, and it was fine. I'm 100%. But it's interesting. All the kids that I know at the gym have basically been injured while doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the case.
Yeah, because it's such a highly skilled activity. Like it's like precision movement.
Yeah.
Like you don't fool around. There's no leeway. Like everything.
Always carrying groceries, stepping off a curb or something.
Right. You have to think about every single move, every single breath. It's all controlled, and it's fantastic. Like I didn't even know I had those parts of my body to control. I didn't. When I first started, my coach said, "Oh, are you feeling pain?" I said, "No, I'm thinking." Like I had this intense expression because I've never even been aware of those parts of my body, let alone, make sure your shoulder blades are touching the bench and, make sure. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I never thought about my shoulder blades before in my life. And then you have to control everything. And your chances, I have a coach so I don't get injured because he's a really good coach and he really takes care of me. So um, that's not an issue. But I don't recommend going on your own. I absolutely do not recommend that because there are those, there's a lot of ways you could screw up. So it's just better if you learn all the technique first because it really is a highly skilled activity when I don't mean, I'm not talking about grip sport. I'm talking about powerlifting. Like it's, like your whole body has to be in the exact position all the time.
Yeah, it's amazing how many details there are just to squatting.
Yes. And you know what they said about preventing Alzheimer's, which is another issue for people in my generation, is that learn something completely new. Like it's no good that you do crossword puzzles if you spent your whole life in a language-based activity. You have to do something. Well, this is completely out of my frame of reference. Completely. It's even harder than learning a foreign language. Way harder. It's like going into astrophysics or something. Like it. Honest to God, I had no awareness. I wrote a poem about the first time I realized I had pecs. Like I didn't even know I had muscle there. So, I was like, everything was new. Everything was completely new. And then the first time I ever got protein hunger, I thought, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Like I just would like eat. Yeah, no kidding. Like you really, it's astounding. So, it's all very, very new and interesting.
And so your daily activities like filling up the water jug or shoveling, all that stuff, a lot easier for you now?
Oh, it's nothing. I can carry 2 45-pound water jugs without batting an eyelash, and I can one hand flip it up onto the stand.
And how has grip helped you with like doing
grip is wonderful. Oh, I love grip. Grip is, it's just, it's a wonderful thing. The other day, I get coffee, sugar-free coffee syrup, and it's got that plastic cover on the screw lid, and you always have to find a little picky thing and pull it off and then open the thing. So I said, the hell with that. I just grabbed it and twisted the whole thing and took it right off. And I did it to the next one. And I thought, holy, okay, right, baby, I got this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're never going to be one of those little ladies that can't open her pickle jar.
Yeah, exactly. No,
old men are going to be asking her to open pickle jar.
It's unreal. And I mean, that's just jars and stuff, I know. But it's really sort of exciting, all these stupid little things. Oh, and you know what I did? When I went at Thanksgiving, we went to the store and
the turkey pinching.
Yeah, I was pinch gripping frozen.
I was going to ask you, have you gotten any like weird looks from your workouts that you do in department stores?
Oh God, I don't know what people think. It's my girlfriend who was taking the picture, is sort of used to me now. Like it's all well and good, but you know what I love about some of our grip people on Instagram is when they post fails, and I posted a fail with Pluto. I got my Pluto at home and it's impossible. I mean, it's freaking impossible. So I took it to the gym and I tried to pick up, a 60-pound plate with it on a tube. And honest to God, I couldn't do it. And I got so ticked off. I just took the thing off and grabbed the whole weight and just picked it up.
I'm amazed by the Pluto lifters and the Stub lifters. Oh, yeah, that stuff's crazy. Or the really short hubs that are really wide.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
But I love it when they post fails. I honest to God love it because it's, it just shows us like we're all in the same boat. There's always something.
Yeah, I like it when one of the really good bender guys will try to tear cards and not do very good at it or something, or one of the really good gripper guys will try something and I am human. I can't do this part of grip.
No, I know. I love it. I just love it. And all those guys tearing cards, I always get so ticked off at them because I collect antique cards and they're like
I saw
ripping the
that.
crap out of them. And I'm thinking, oh my God.
We actually tear a bunch of cardboard instead of cards just to save
Yeah,
money.
but you know, it's tradition. You gotta
you gotta
do
do
the
cards.
decks.
Yeah,
And then,
absolutely.
yeah, then one of the guys said,
We
oh,
only
he
do the ones
buys
from
them
the
in
dollar
bulk. So, no, grip is fantastic. And I love rock lifting too. I just love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that's unreal. So during COVID, I went out and I poured boiling water on this rock that was frozen into the ground behind my garage and brought it into the house. And I was lifting that and taking pictures of it. And it's only like 52 pounds, but you know, they're really wicked because they're so
Yeah.
uneven, you
Yeah,
know.
no balance point. You have to
yeah.
figure them all out. They're all different. I love lifting rocks. We have as you probably know, we have a big collection of rocks, and
Yeah.
people
Oh
get
my
rocks
God, I love
manufactured
them.
themselves here. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. Yeah,
The
we really
rock
like
garden,
rocks.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I went to Alberta, and Calgary had, and Airdrie, where my grandson is in Alberta. They leave these big boulders down the center of the highways.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I saw that.
How in the
Yeah,
hell do they get them there?
I saw that
And-
post of yours. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
like,
man, that's paradise.
Oh my God. And like I go nuts. Like I'm jumping out of the car thinking, oh, you know, and I know I can't lift them, but you know, you want to try. Like whenever
yeah.
you see them, your hands just go for them. You know, I just love them. There's a strength tour that goes to Iceland and they go and lift rocks and stuff. And I was thinking, oh my God, that's like a dream trip. Like if I ever went anywhere, I would go somewhere to lift rocks. And then some guy posted ones in, I think, Costa Rica or some South American country where they were perfectly round. Did you see those?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How much fun was that?
Yeah, that's really cool stuff. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
rocks all
and
over the
Japan
world.
has got those big flat oval ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just too wonderful for words.
There's some of those big flat ones in Hawaii too. It's really neat.
Yeah.
So,
And they have a tradition.
Can you share one of your poems with us?
Sure.
Awesome.
You want grip sport or do you want
Oh, either one. Pick one of your favorites.
well, I can do one about myself and one about the guys.
Okay.
This one's called Pecs. After 6 months of training, while taking a shower, I felt 2 hard growths, breast cancer. Pressing further, I noticed they were symmetrical, running across my chest down under my arms. Realizing they were muscles, I stepped glistening out of the shower, a gladiator into the ring.
Awesome.
That's oh, I should. Now you mentioned. You mention key pinch? Did you?
Oh, the little stub lift. Yeah.
Oh, stub lift. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, stub lift is kind of like key pinch,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And you know
That's
Jerome Bloom in England, he holds the world record.
That's in
Okay.
the Bloom. We do that.
Oh,
here we do
okay.
penny pinch.
Yeah, we
So,
did.
you guys know about that too.
Oh, great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Okay, so he's a pacifist, so he didn't, you know, really buy into this tremendously, but I, of course, am not. All right, key pinch. Watching you struggle, lifting increasing weight with just your thumb and index finger, wondering what for? Until I realize you can pinch onto an enemy's nose and rip off their face, or pull an arm out of its socket with just 2 fingers. But I am sure you will only be starting up old tractors in a prairie field or farmyard.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's us.
That's all it's for.
Yeah. So everything I write is for my people, my strength sport people. So I've got one book mostly about the power lifters, and the second book was all about strength sport people. And almost everyone in that book is someone I met online, like Instagram athletes.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I've got people all over the world. It's so exciting.
We eventually plan on writing a book off of this as well. The Couch
Oh,
Potato.
good.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the more the better.
We have
There's a
really
guy
cool
in Michigan
interview.
that's really into strength sport literature and stuff too. Trey Rebs or something. He's really full of knowledge. Really good source too.
We got a really cool interview coming up soon with one of the top benders in the world, Derek Raybill, and he's going to do it on the mental aspects of bending, which is something that's hardly been talked about before. So that's going to be really neat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like
that'll be wonderful.
The inner game of steel bending, kind of.
So, is this going to be on YouTube? Like, how can I access this, or how can people access
You go to
this?
couchpotatostrong.com, and then you just look at our special guest page, and it has links to all the interviews.
Oh, great.
We just did a chess player too. That was really good. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. I used to
A lot of good advice about mental fitness there. So we're actually on our last question. Okay. So what advice do you have for seniors at home who want to start their own fitness journey?
Start lifting anything. Use a can of soup. Just do basic exercise, like just overhead presses. Hold the can, press it over your head, both hands. Do it 5 times twice a day, go up to 10 times twice a day, then get a heavier hand weight. When that's easy, get heavier ones. Google silver sneakers is a good source for old people to look up basic strength exercises. Look that up. Start with that at home and just get a feel for it. When you realize how easy it is and how quickly you evolve, like, could you quickly get stronger? Like, it's frightening how quickly you get stronger. So just keep doing it, and then go to a gym and research gyms online. Find one that you like.
Yeah, our mother's actually 68, and she was really excited about your interview because
good.
Stronger as well. So
yeah,
well, about that.
Too much fun. It's just too much fun, Teller. And it's great and it's the only place where you can hang around with younger people, and that's absolutely necessary. If you want to learn anything about interaction in our society now, you have to hang around with younger people. You have to learn from them. They're a tremendous source. And, I never would have been so into Facebook and Instagram, especially Instagram for strength sport. I don't know why that is. Although rock lifters and stuff are big on Facebook, our grip sport is great on Instagram.
Yeah,
we've noticed that as well. We switched from doing stuff on mainly Facebook and YouTube to mainly Instagram. So.
Yeah, me too. I because all our people are there. Absolutely. And and they help you out. You just ask them any kind of question. That's another thing, is if you do then get connected up and into that mode of communication, you can get access any kind of information. They'll help you as an individual.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's wonderful.
So, all right. Well, it was really nice talking to you.
Oh, it's wonderful talking to you guys, and best of luck. I mean, you're terrific.
You'll be getting our first international set of golden potatoes soon. Yeah. So we'll get your info from you and send those out to you. Absolutely.
Okay, and send me your info when you do. I'll send you my books.
Okay, absolutely. Great. And we'll make sure to get them to your gym and get some other big guys lifting them and setting some golden potato records. That'll be cool.
Oh, listen, we have very little. This is very exciting for us.
Awesome.
I told them all.
It's a real pleasure having you on here.
It's great talking to you kids. Thanks.
Thank you. Take care, Joy.
Bye.